Okay, so what are some ways to calm a toddler, a child down if they're having a breakdown? It's a meltdown right before it's sleep time.
Right before bed, and they're having a
meltdown.
A nuclear meltdown.
Yes.
Well, I think that the rule of thumb is there's not too much you can do in the moment, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But there's tools that you can use before to prevent that from happening in the first place. But in the moment where it's happening, you just need to kind of let it run its course and try to not give it too much attention, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So our kids really thrive off of our attention, right? I mean, that's why they're always like, look at me. Okay, watch me. Okay, wait, no, watch me again. Like, let me show you this. Because when we're focused on them, it's important. And so it makes them feel powerful and good. And that's a great use of positive attention. But, most of the time we are distracted. We're cooking dinner. We're looking at our phone. We're doing something else while we're engaging in life. But then all of a sudden at bedtime, we're in this room with our child, and all of a sudden our child is throwing a temper tantrum or whatever. And look how much focused attention we are giving to this child now. Maybe both parents are involved in trying to calm them down. Well, that really gives the whole situation a lot of energy and a lot of power. Mm-hmm. So you just have to be, cognizant of how much attention you're giving to those kind of behaviors.
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
To see that?
Yeah. So then you think it's best to
Ignore them.
not acknowledge that it's happening?
I would say, give them some time to calm down. And then, you can't, they're not logical and rational people to begin with, because they're not, their brains aren't developed that way. But certainly in that moment, there's no talking them out of it.
Right.
There's no negotiate, which, we all do that as parents. It's like, okay.
I'll do this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do this. Because there's a lot of, if I can just prevent that from happening, this will go so much more smoothly. Parents walking on eggshells, like, okay, time to brush your teeth. Oh, you don't want to brush them tonight? Okay, it's fine. We'll skip it.
Right.
Just trying to avoid that meltdown. But your kid is just feeding on that power that you're giving them.
Right. Oh, man. They're like soaking in all the energy. I can picture them going,
yes.
Get all to them.
Yeah, they're turning into Hulk.
Yeah.
Yes, I am in control.
So there are some ways that you can avoid that happening by giving them some control in in a reasonable way. So what I teach families to do is a cool exercise where you work with your kids to establish a good bedtime routine that your kid's actually going to enjoy and hopefully not rebel against, or at least not as much. So you sit down with your kid, you have a family meeting. So you're not on your phone, you're giving your kid focused attention, and you're like, hey buddy, bedtime has been taking a really long time. Sometimes you're crying, sometimes mommy's crying. This isn't fun for anybody. Let's make this fun. I wish this was fun. I wish it was cozy and felt like a fun time. Don't you think that? And let your, engage your kids. So what do you want to do before bed that's fun? We know we have to brush our teeth. That's kind of boring. We know we got to put our PJs on. What do you want to do first? Do you want to put your PJs on or brush your teeth first? So even the act of giving them a choice of which thing comes first gives them a little bit of a sense of control. Mm-hmm. Maybe they say, I want to tuck in my baby dolls. Okay, great. Then we tuck in your baby dolls. Then do you want to read one book or two books? 2 books? Okay, we're going to read 2 books. So you have them kind of help you put things in order. And I like to write it down and draw a little icon and actually have a little chart that you can tape on the wall of their room.
I like it.
So giving them that control, and then anything that you use to stall, right? So if they're always asking for water, or always asking for another potty break, you bake that into the routine.
Ooh.
So you say, you always come out of your room and ask for some more water. Should we go ahead and take our sip of water right before we turn the lights out? Okay, let's write that down. So you write it all down and have that chart in their room.
Oh, I love
That's
that.
great. Me too.
That's
where
good.
That's where they can use their control.
Yes. Mm-hmm.